Hey, what's going on? It's Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling. Um, Before I finish up the article I'm writing about Mickey Knuckles and Johnny Valentine and New Jack, um, I can honestly say I don't think anybody's working on that, except for me in the world. I wanted to kind of catch up with things that were sent to me. People sent me matches and promos to review, and even though I would have done them a much bigger favor if I had looked at this earlier, because this show has already happened that this promo was done for. Nonetheless, I want to do them the courtesy of getting this done and seeing what kind of great stuff is here. So this is for Southern Violence of and Wrestling. I assume it involves the Left Hand Path, who have reunited in Southern Violence and Wrestling, Southern Violence and Wrestling. So let's go ahead and just take a look.
Trevor
Oh,
Eon, 120 days, Peach State No Limits champion.
right off the jump, I think opening with any kind of promotional piece with an image that forces you to engage. Um, this is not a typical, like, hold my phone on myself, sitting in my car promo, which, people crap on those. They can be great as long as the person who's cutting that promo is compelling, or a figure that you're going to want to hear more from. If I see Simon Sermon starting to talk, I am going to listen because I know Simon Sermon's about to tell me some shit. This one, he's pouring a drink, and I believe that's Eric Silva, who's kind of putting his resume out there. He was, this kind of Peach State champion for 120 days, etc.
Eric the Ghost Silva, two-time Pro South All-Out champion. Austin Towers, 9 months Southern Violence and Wrestling House Fight champion. 2021 Rumble Jack winner. August 14th, Southern Violence and Wrestling. The Ghost makes his debut.
Small stuff. How they've kind of set how they've kind of arranged the set, as it were. The picture in the back is nice. It's not just a blank wall. This is obviously like a living situation. Eric Silva having this thing up. Who, what, where, when, why, right? He's already promoted where they're going to be and what's going to go down. Look at Towers. Looking mad serious.
My debuting against Bobby D, former #1 contender. Axel Foley, two-time former SVW champion. That tells me two things. One, y'all don't give a damn about y'all top prospects.
Wow. Because he's doing this sort of numbers game, I was this kind of champion. Austin Towers is this kind of champion, and then he puts Bobby D over, and he puts Axel Foley over with their numbers, and he goes, that tells me two things, and you think he's going to continue along this line of putting them over, and instead he goes, you don't care about your top prospects. That line alone, I'm already sold, but I want to hear what else he has to say.
Or two, y'all are scared.
Okay.
Either way, y'all about to take a serious loss. I know everything about you too, and you know nothing about me.
It's cold.
Hate it for you, gentlemen.
Charlie Anarchy, let's talk about me and you.
Okay. I love this promo. Austin Towers didn't say anything. He's there while Eric Silva is sort of breaking down who they're going to team against. And then I love that they go slightly different camera angle, slightly different take, but Trevor Aeon's still part of the group. I'm feeling this. I love the production level of this. And by production level, I don't mean, the fancy lights or special effects or stuff like that. I just mean the thought and the care that went into this, clearly.
SVW thought it was a good idea to put you in the ring with me August 14th.
Charlie
to put
Anarchy.
their championship in jeopardy of being dragged down the left-hand path. Because you got to face me, the big bad, the original gothic gangster demon mega Hell King Supreme. You better sail some soul, bitch. Hell King Supreme. And let me tell you something, Charlie. Don't let them folks gas you up. Don't let your friends make you think you're going to get some kind of vindication because we beat you down. You was just in the way. August 14th, you ain't never stood across this ring from somebody like me. And the only...
And I like it too because Eric Silva came across as cold, calculated, older kind of gentleman. They're drinking serious drink, right? They're drinking a brown liquor. They're just like chilling out and enjoying. This is kind of young, youthful intensity coming at it. I'm not even worried about whose age is real. I'm talking about the vibe that it comes across. This is like youthful. This is energy. This is like laying it down for him, for Charlie Anarchy.
only thing that you gon' get is knocked out. And when you wake up without the Southern Violence and Wrestling Heavyweight Championship...
Nice recovery. I like that. He stumbled a bit, but most people wouldn't notice. And I think that's a great sign. That's a great sign when you can like keep on the same thread. You know what? I'm going to get through this. I'm going to make this thing happen. And he did. Great job.
I don't know. Thank you, friends.
Wow. Oh, and we are going to hear from Tower after all. Got all the look, very deliberate choice, right? Look at all this booze they have by him. These are guys hanging out. They're legitimate friends. It's subtle coding, right? We're legitimately together. This isn't just some wrestling thing. That's what this is telling me.
What's up, B? What? It's funny. I saw your little cute video. How you said that you let me stay in my own lane. Yo, I know you might be some sort of kung fu master or something like that, but here's the truth. You weren't even in my vision. Matter of fact, wasn't even tall enough for me to even see you.
Oh my
But
gosh.
you know what? I'm gonna do you a favor. Since you wanna talk all that stuff, I'll put my hoss title up against you. Think this is a game?
I'll say this. This is a stand and deliver promo. He's not blinking. He's not turning away. He's not doing little things that often people do. If you see somebody wandering around the ring while they're cutting a promo, it's because they're afraid to stand and deliver. If you see guys have all these kind of nervous tics and just all these like little speech things of like constantly laughing, constantly saying constantly looking away, constantly repeating questions to buy themselves time to think, then those are things that you do when you're not 100% confident. Austin Towers comes across as 100% confident, and this promo is great, and I just wanted to get this thought out while I was having it in my head. I want to see the kind of promos that Austin Towers is going to cut at Southern Honor in relation to his match, which should be an emotional one as well as an important one in his career as he goes for the Southern Honor title against David Ali. I think it's really great. This whole thing I think is really great, and I wish I had looked at it sooner.
You think that I'm playing? I'm gonna lay your ass out like I did Charlie Anarchy, Aaron Black, and that other goofy motherfucker. I think it's what Jeter, that's what his name is, yeah. I laid him out, and I'm gonna do the same thing to you.
This is nitpicky, but I think if you got somebody like Austin Towers, and I get that you want to have the visual behind him, I think you put the camera a little lower, and I think you film it just a little bit up. I think you emphasize the fact, I think you let Austin Towers, you got to let fill up the frame. You got to let him fill up the frame on this thing. Because he shouldn't take up less space than Trevor Aeon and Eric Silva. Eric Silva filmed himself very close, so he took up a lot of the frame. And it was a good look, and he got to show off that tattoo, etc., etc., etc. Trevor Aeon, they shot it from above, and especially with those contacts, he's engaging, but he's also filling up most of the frame. Austin Towers is the biggest guy out of the three, and he cuts the most imposing figure. Yet, look, he takes up the least amount of frame. I don't know if I would do that. That's a small nitpicky thing, because what he's saying is really good.
Messed up, bro. Matter of fact, Y'all messed up. Southern Violence Wrestling is ours now. So Silver, Trevor, you know what's gotta happen. It's time to make these motherfuckers walk the path.
Oh, come on. Great ending. You got to get perfect clinks on those glasses. Clink. I don't care if you got to reshoot. It's like watching white people high five if you don't get the glass clink right. You got to get the glass clink right. Nitpicky, but this thing is so good. I'm going to pick some nits. You got to clink the glasses together. You got to get your hands up together, or at least in a thing that feels like it's building. One hand, second hand, third hand, in a succession that feels a little more orchestrated. This thing is great. Really happy. Bobby D looks really silly in that robe. I'm going to get this thing out. Really enjoyed it.